If you're thinking in visiting Chiapas, you may hear that the only good thing about Tuxtla is that it's only 1 hour away from San Cristobal. Stay until the end of the video to find out why are they mistaken. Welcome to Mexico, welcome to Chiapas, welcome to Tuxtla. I'm Carlos and I'll be your guide for today. These are some of the things that you need to know before you come to Tuxtla Gutiérrez. It's the state capital. The name of the city means place of rabbits. It has mostly a warm weather. It's about 30 kilometers or 20 miles from the international airport Ángel Albino Corzo. It's a quiet and peaceful place, which allows us to do this tour using public transportation called combis that charge you 10 pesos per person, or you can even do the tour walking. We'll start the tour visiting Cinco de Mayo Market, one of the most important and oldest of the city. Located in 11 Avenida Oriente and Segunda Norte, the market is open every day, and I'm going to give you the first tip. Even though it opens at 6 a.m., you should start coming after 9 in the morning. That's when most of the merchants are ready to receive customers. I brought you here because I want to show you one of the Chiapas treasures, the pozol. It's a beverage made from cacao and corn. It dates from before the Spanish arrival to the American continent, and until today is still part of the diet in most of the Chiapas people homes. Traditionally, it's served in jicaras, and in the market stands they even serve you free snacks to have along with it, like seasonal fruit or peanuts. Like the good Mexican that I am, I'm not pleased until we don't make fruit taste spicy. A lot of people come for one of these ones to escape from the hot weather, or they take it to go in dough form to use it at home. The pozol was 20 pesos. It has a sweet flavor and it's a semi-thick drink. You kinda have to get a hang of it to drink it properly. If you accomplish to leave a dish clean, you have succeeded the task. After a delicious start, I would like to get some fresh fruit for myself. In Mexico, fruit is usually very cheap. I got this avocado for 28 pesos and a tasty mango for only 10 pesos. Coming out of the market, we cross the street to complement our breakfast with another local dish from Chiapas, the cochito. We have here our chicken empanadas for 25 pesos and the cochito tacos for 15 pesos each. The cochito is a pork dish with a special dressing made of local chiles and spices of the region. It's important not to mistake it with cochinita, another typical dish from Yucatan, neither with the traditional Mexican mole. Here we have the salsas, and remember, if a Mexican tells you that the salsa is hot, be careful. And if a Mexican tells you that it's not, he's lying. Well, and now that we already had a chance to have some breakfast and also taste some of the local food of the state and the city, we're going to continue with our today's tour. We're going to go to the Boulevard de los Hombres Ilustres, where we are going to have the chance to go to a couple of museums and also have close contact with the nature. Let's go. By the way, it's only a walk distance. It's only 10 minutes walking, so it's perfect for us today, and we can save some money and do some exercise. Let's go. And well, after a brief walk, we have arrived to, by the way, I need to make a correction because I call it the Boulevard de los Hombres Ilustres, but actually is La Calzada de los Personajes Ilustres. And here we have 3 museums. We have the Paleontology Museum, we have the Botanic Museum, and also we have the Regional State of Chiapas Museum. So we're going to visit 3 museums at once, and we're going to start with the one that is behind me. Let's go. We'll do the Paleontology Museum first. The admission is 15 pesos. Inside, they tell us the region's history through the different fossils found in the state territory. The museum hours are from Tuesday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we can meet majestic creatures who would walk in the same land as we before our era. They have a lab where you can see how the researchers work with the fossils that they have in the museum. The last exhibition is reserved for a true jewel from Chiapas, the amber. It's a semi-precious stone made from a vegetal origin fossilized resin that is used to make many pieces of artisanal jewelry in Chiapas. We're going to take a break from the museums to visit the Botanic Garden Dr. Faustino Miranda. The admission is 10 pesos per person. It's open from Tuesday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Here, we're going to have the chance to see the different local types of trees and plants that the state has to offer when it comes to vegetation. If plants is your thing, this is a must when you come to visit Tuxtla. We're going to keep moving forward and find a place maybe to have some rest and even a snack with the whole family. One of the things that makes Chiapas so special is that it's one of the states with the most natural beauty in Mexico. The perfect break from all that noise and hustling of the big cities. Come and enjoy the green of our land. Let's go to the Botanic Museum now. It's open from Tuesday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the admission is free. We can find here exhibitions of the region flora. They have the different kinds of wood that you can get from our trees. There is an exposition full of color about medicinal plants that have been used since pre-Hispanic times and are still used nowadays by indigenous people. In the second floor, there is a special section for the flowers in Chiapas. There is a lot of information about the most important products that are grown in the state, such as cacao, coffee beans, mushrooms, and agave. Now that we have become plants experts, let's go to the next museum. The Regional Chiapas Museum is open from Tuesday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The admission is free. This is the right place to get to know the history of the state. The first room had a photography exhibition that is looking to capture the soul and heart of this beautiful region. I will leave you with some of my favorites. We have just finished the visit to the Chiapas Regional Museum. Unfortunately, in the last exhibition, video recording wasn't allowed, so we are going to be using the pictures that we took to show you what was inside. In this room, we can learn the history from Chiapas through historic objects from the different state periods, such as the pre-Hispanic era, the Spanish conquest, Chiapas' independence from Guatemala, and the annexation to Mexico, as well as the role that was played in the Mexican Revolution. We can see here a special place for one of the main characters in Chiapas history, Joaquín Miguel Gutiérrez. His role was so crucial that now the state capital carries his last name. Here we have some of his very own weapons. In this picture, we see the Sacrifice Alley, place where he would lose his life against the enemy in one of the civil wars of Mexico. The last section in the museum is reserved for the Red Kerchief Crew, a group of 8 explorers from Chiapas that in the year 1960 achieved for the very first time to cross El Cañón del Sumidero, one of the most iconic places of the state, to the point that it's included on the Chiapas coat of arms. It's a geological fault with walls as high as 1 kilometer, or about a little over a half a mile. A challenge not even military expeditions, national or international explorers were able to conquer. We're going to be heading now to Catedral San Marcos, which is right in the heart of the city, and I'm going to show you one of the spots with more history of the city, related with one of the things that we just saw inside. Come with me. To get to the Catedral San Marcos using public transportation, you can just walk to the Combi stop at Quinta Norte, cross the street and take the route 86. The San Marcos Cathedral is right in the city downtown. Its history begins in the year 1560, when Dominican friars took care of building a temple for the worship of patron San Marcos. Through the centuries, it has had countless modifications. The structure that we can appreciate currently was finished in 1965, and it's considered as a neoclassical architectural piece. Remember that I told you that I will be showing you a spot full of history? Well, for that we're going to go to the back of the cathedral. This is the Sacrifice Alley, the place where in 1838 Joaquín Miguel Gutiérrez would perish in the hands of his enemies. You'll find a commemorative plaque as a memorial for his role in our state history. To fight the heat, we'll make a stop on the Raspados cart. My suggestion is the Nanchi flavor, which is a local fruit, but careful with it since it has a seed in the middle. I ordered mine in the chamoyada version. That means that it comes with gummies, chili powder, and hot sauce. Why? Because Mexican. Delicious. Across the corner from the cathedral, there is a craft market where you can find clothes with artisanal embroidery, accessories, amber jewelry, souvenirs. Some of the stands even accept cards and electronic payments. Now we are heading to our next destination. We'll say goodbye to the cathedral, but just for now, since at night it has a surprise ready for us. Before we get to our next stop, the stomach demands to take a break to recover some energy. I ordered this quesadilla for 52 pesos, a very typical dish in Mexico. It's a corn tortilla folded in half with cheese inside. I ordered mine with beef and chicharrón pork. I also had horchata for 30 pesos, which is a traditional beverage made from rice that you'll find all over Mexico. big icons in Chiapas, it's definitely the marimba. Along the decades, El Parque de la Marimba has been a meeting spot for Tuxtla citizens and their visitors. A place where people spend their time enjoying live music played by the biggest performers of the state. Every night from 6 to 8, a party full of tradition and culture is born in El Parque de la Marimba. The park is located at a few blocks from the San Marcos Cathedral at Octava Poniente and Avenida Central. You can get there walking or using public transportation. Route 1 is one of the many that you can use to get to this beautiful place. Across the street is the Marimba Museum. It opens from Monday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The admission is 11 pesos. You'll get to know the history of this wonderful instrument, the changes that it has gone through, and the role it plays in the state. You'll see many kinds of marimbas, and you'll get to meet the top performers of the scene. This is a workshop with the tools used to build one and pictures of the best master craftsmen in the state. The marimba has been involved in such a deeper way in the culture of Chiapas that the best musician groups are exhibited as true rock stars. Since we are already here, we cannot leave without having first a cup of the famous Chiapas coffee, recognized worldwide. At the Parque de la Marimba, there are many coffee shops to choose from. My personal recommendation to taste true Chiapas coffee is to go with Café Chichon, Café David. There is also a dispensary so you can buy coffee to take home with you. And my personal favorite when I'm visiting, Café San Marcos, especially for the terrace. If you're a true coffee lover, coming to Chiapas is a must. An experience you won't find in any Starbucks. Cheers! It's getting dark, so we better keep going with the tour. To go along with the coffee, it's time to go for one of the best tamales in the city. Just look how many people get crowded to get one. A tamal is a food made with corn dough and many kinds of stuffing. There are a bunch of flavors, and one of the most popular ones in the region is the chipilín tamal, a herb very common in the state's cuisine. It was only 28 pesos, and it's the perfect snack to celebrate having the chance to be here in such a beautiful city. And well, now with my tummy full, You cannot deny that we have a really good time here in the El Parque de la Marimba. And now we are going to head back to the Catedral San Marcos of Tuxtla so we can be on time. Let's go. Every night at 8, the lights go out in the city central park. And on the San Marcos Cathedral facade, a show of light gets projected that turns into a true piece of art. You can admire how the most iconic elements of the culture of Chiapas come together to compose an authentic tribute to the history and traditions of the state. For sure, the best way to end our tour for this wonderful city, at least for today. My friends, we have come to the end of our tour in Tuxtla Gutiérrez. I hope that you had fun and that you have enjoyed the opportunity to get to know a little bit of this city. There is absolutely more to discover, and Chiapas has many stories that are worth telling. If you like this tour and you would like to get the full itinerary for the places that we visit in this video, including addresses, prices, and my best tips, go to my Instagram page. The link is in the description, and send me a message with the word Tuxtla so I can share it with you and you have the chance to live this experience the best way possible. Again, my name is Carlos. It was a pleasure be your guide for today. Don't forget to take your belongings with you, to deposit your like in the right place, subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell button, and to follow me in all my social networks. You can find me as Guide Carlos MX everywhere. I have to say goodbye for now, but not without leaving you with a preview of our visit to the once called the best zoo in Latin America. If you want to join the tour, the full video is already up in my channel. See you there. Bye for now. away from the traffic noise and the heat of the pavement, surrounded by the concrete of the city, there is a jungle, and it's full of life.